Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Lakeburg Legacies. When we left off in the previous episode, we had a first kiss, remarriage, and an adoption. So some exciting things definitely happened. First up, Slavomir, one of our hunters, he and Brynja, we know there's been like a thing going on between Slavomir and Brynja. The Mason, they actually crossed the river, came all the way down to this little fishing spot, I think, and they had their first kiss behind their like wives' backs. So I am honestly not sure what's going on over here, especially Slavomir. He has such like a perfect family. He's obsessed with his wife. He's got an adorable 2-year-old son named Chris. I don't know why he is wanting this extra piece of excitement in his life by mingling with Brynja in this way. But hey, he's willing to kind of risk it all. Marie is still in the dock, our adorable little baker. And then I'm pretty sure, right, Raymonda and Bjorn had a divorce. They haven't even been married that long, but they could not stay with each other anymore. They decided to get divorced, so Bjorn is now homeless. And Emerald took that as an opportunity to get together with Raymonda, but you know, he and like his son is still with his ex-wife Colette, so it's not like he abandoned his son. This is actually, I'm just realizing, very fascinating because Raymonda didn't have any kids with her ex-husband, with Bjorn, right? So when she and Eberolf got married, they both decided to adopt Pepin, Loop's son, who he abandoned, who was out on the streets. So it's like Loop became the stepfather to Eberolf's son, and then Eberolf ended up adopting Loop's son, which is kind of loopy, isn't it? Yeah, so we had some of those things happen. And then we had the addition of the Knapp family. So Drusilla Knapp, our newest lumberjack to come in after the death of Teresa, and Evrad, who is our second seamster. So he's working with Bjorn. We'll have to see how relationships continue to develop. But okay guys, let us get going. It is 2nd August of the year 11. Let's see what everyone gets up to. Okay, we don't have, oh no. Our granary is kind of at its max. Yeah, we need more space for meat, but we don't have enough money to expand on that front. So we're gonna have to wait it out a little bit more. Hold on a second, what's happening? Eberolf and Raymonda are infatuated. Okay, so they are very happy to be with each other right now. Good to know. Slavomir and Loop are impressed with one another. Okay, Slavomir, let's check out. So you are... Oh, I mean, he works with Loop, and he and Loop actually don't get along well with each other at all. They don't like each other, because they're kind of like rivals. But he is for some reason impressed by Loop. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe it has something to do with like them at work. Maybe he's just really impressed. It's like after all these years of rivalry, because you know it's been a few years, maybe Slavomir feels like, you know what, I can appreciate a good hunter. Okay, we're hunting so much meat at this point that we don't have enough space to store all of it. I can respect my my rival. So okay, that's good. Hopefully that continues to improve. Oh, look at that! The Bonnet family is thrilled to announce the arrival of little Ama. Where is Ama? Oh, look! Is this a boy or a girl? We need to check in a second. But this little baby has... I mean, both the parents have similar eye colors, I think, and hair colors. Definitely the father's skin tone. And then I think... I mean, both parents, I think, have the same eyes and skin? Actually, I think Brynja's eyes might be like a tad bit lighter than Marie's. And I think the baby has Marie's eyes. Okay, so this is our first little girl. That's so cute. I might change her first name. Eloise? Do I want Eloise? I don't know. I mean, Eloise sounds cute. Eloise Bonnet. We'll have Eloise Bonnet. Oh, and she's romantic. That's adorable. I mean, both the parents are romantic, so that's kind of cute. But this is special, guys. Our first little girl that we've had. This is the 4th baby to be born. The first little girl. How exciting, because, you know, we need girls within Lakeburg for you know, all the other kids who are going to be here as well. Because remember, we said that all of Lakeburg's residents and the people born within Lakeburg, they're going to prefer to mingle within their own population or within the locals. So yeah, I think this is good. But Eloise Bonnet, and what are her likes and dislikes? She likes the art of war, dueling, silver and gold, and she does not like dancing kittens and meditation, so not introspective, doesn't like fluffy things or anything with a beat. Fair enough. Just kind of defensive, and offensive at times. That's kind of cute, and she definitely loves the security that comes with money. This is exciting also because, like, if you think about all the boys that have been born, right? In a way, those bloodlines are gonna die out because those boys, or like those lineages, the family names are gonna die out because those boys can't hold property and they're not gonna be able to pass on their family names. It's the little girls who are going to be passing on their family names and holding property as they get older. So the Bonnet family line, good on you, Marie, is continuing. So little Eloise is actually very, very important to us. And what kind of future does she have? Oh, she's a difficult child to please, my goodness. She has potential in being a merchant, chancellor, or butcher. That is a very, very kind of difficult to get amenities for. So actually, Eloise might end up becoming like the little boy from the Olwen family, Chris, who also is kind of... Oh wait, has this changed? Was it Valerius? No, I swear it was Chris who had like... We were having some difficulties with like what he was going to be in the future, because I feel like he has some very kind of difficult aspirations in life, you know, for the careers he would be most suitable for, and they were not things we could easily accomplish. I feel like it was along the lines of being a merchant and some other stuff, but apparently it has changed. That's kind of interesting. I mean, Valerius is 4 years old. He's going to be able to apprentice in 2 years, and he's going to apprentice as a seamster right now unless something changes. And it seems as though Chris, like, he's got a ton of options, but Hunter seems to be his preference. Okay. So that might happen with Eloise, where, you know, as she gets older, what she has the potential for changes. But for now, she might end up being one of our, you know, more privileged members of society who are not really going to be working. She might just be unemployed until something comes along that she fits into a lot better. Okay, and she has a really good relationship with her mother, I love that, and an okay relationship with her father. I could kind of see Eloise spending more time with her mother Marie and not with Brynja, because Brynja is off spending time or having dates with Slavomir. That totally makes sense to me. Okay, let's continue with our various characters doing their own thing. Okay, Loop and Colette. Loop and Colette are now in love, so their relationship seems to be going very well. Okay, hold on a second. I need to check up on Loop and Colette. So, I mean, their affinity is average, but they are in love with each other. So it feels as though Colette and Loop are actually doing a lot better as a couple than Colette was with Everolf. Huh. Okay. And then we have Loop and Slavomir becoming enemies. Slavomir was just like impressed by Loop not that long ago, but apparently they have become full-fledged enemies. Oh my goodness, that makes me wonder, because I think we have 3 hunters right now at the hunter's cabin. Like, I wonder where Theodoric falls in all of this. Like, how does he feel about his co-workers? Like, would there be a team? Like, you either have to be on Team Loop or Team Slavomir at this point. I don't know. Yeah, he hasn't taken the time to get along with or get to know any of his co-workers. He's kind of on the fence right now, doesn't want to get too involved. I mean, hey, fair enough. So this is where Slavomir was impressed with Loop. It was at the fishing spot. So yeah, it must have been, you know, something to do with hunting. Maybe they were hunting, who knows? I mean, there's rabbits right across from the fish, so maybe they were hunting rabbits or something like that. Maybe other predators in the area, and he got impressed with them. But then He was so impressed they ended up becoming enemies, because then he started feeling a sense of competition. Okay. It seems like things are a little bit intense for you guys. Oh, gold. We need gold. We'll give some of our bread for gold. Do we have enough to deal with the... We do. We can expand the meat stores. So now we have a max of 200. We desperately needed that. Okay. Thank goodness we got some bartering done. Okay, let's keep going. See what else pops up for these guys. Oh, okay, we have an event. Let's see. Some zealous zealot. For several weeks now, religion is on the rise, and zealots are getting restless. Eberolf, in particular, shows extreme devotion, which his neighbors tend to find disturbing. However, his zeal could be useful. How could we make the most of it? Okay, so our 38-year-old farmer, Eberolf, apparently is very religious. So we could send him to evangelize, so all the villagers are pleasantly surprised, but that means Eberolf is going to leave the kingdom, like for good. Or we could have him take up the collection, so we get more gold. The villagers have -10 morale, but then Eberolf is grateful. I think we'll let him take up the collection, like I said, because the people of Lakeburg like mingling within the population. I don't want to get rid of the population. I want to try and maintain and grow what we have. So I think we'll get him to take up collection. I think we can deal with minus morale for a little bit. So let's see, after all, why not take advantage of Eberolf's skills? Sending him to raise money door to door proved particularly fruitful. It's hard to tell whether he was naturally convincing or the villagers just wanted to get rid of him, but the net gain is undeniable. Money, money, money. Excellent, because we do actually need money for, like I said, things like the granary. Okay, what else has been happening? It seems as though Brynja and Marie are madly in love. Brynja. You're madly in love with Marie, and yet you are doing things behind her back with Slavomir. I don't like that. Can you commit? You have too much romance to give to everyone? Too much romance? That doesn't make me too happy. It does not make me too happy. I just feel sad for her, because it feels like she's fully committed. But his relationship with Marie is excellent. His relationship with Slavomir is also excellent. And he has a good relationship with his daughter now. It's improved. Oh, Brynja. I don't like Brynja, guys. Brynja is not one of my favorite guys. Not one of my favorite guys. But okay, we can recruit someone. So let's go ahead and actually do that. Where do we have our... vacancies? I mean, we have a vacancy at the Rodent's Nest, so that would be ideal to have a rat trainer, but let's see. Okay, so we have Hubert Everhart, could be an innkeeper, livestock farmer, or a farmer. And then we have Bathild Osmond, who could be a seamstress, livestock farmer, and prankster. Okay, so I mean, we don't have vacancies for any of these particularly. We would have to, for Hubert, open up a farming slot, or for Bathild, a seamstress slot. Let's quickly check. We could do a farming slot. That would help us get a little bit more food, actually. So why don't we get Hubert Everhart? We'll recruit him, 28 years old, of the artisan class. Okay, Hubert, come on in. So we'll open up a slot at the farm for him. Okay, and hopefully he'll be able to get along well with these guys. Maybe make it a little bit less awkward, because now it's not just ex-spouses working together. They've got Hubert as well. Imagine Hubert like walking into the farm, like, in between like all this tension and trying to figure out like, so what's the story here? What did I miss out on? What am I stepping into? Okay, right. So I've got that for him. And now he needs to find a wife so that we can establish a new house. So let's go ahead. Hubert, he is going to find a soulmate for himself. An excellent match with Elfrida, who's 19 years old, so almost a decade younger than him, also of the artisan class. She looks so pretty though. She's a coward apparently, humble and mean. It's a bit of a mixed bag, and she's nimble, so she has some good kind of genetic traits to pass on. She could be a gatherer, prankster, a livestock farmer. Ugh, she's gonna be unemployed. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm low-key hoping this doesn't work out, because if she comes in, she's gonna be unemployed. Yeah, okay, but they get along very well because she likes painting and the art of war as well, just like him, along with gossip. She doesn't like music, just like him, and she doesn't like fashion and poetry. So they have like no areas where they would clash. And they have a negative 3% affinity because of her mean trait. But let's go on a date, see how this pans out. Okay, they're starting off at the tavern. We can be direct, poetry is just a waste of time, or criticize the work of the realm's best painter. We're going to criticize the realm's best painter. These paintings bring a lot of novelty to the pictorial landscape of this century. Of course, this art is not for narrow minds. Okay, so we're not starting off good, and then we're going for a boat ride at the lake. Let's talk, we could talk about the sufferings of war or relish in the latest rumors circulating Lakeburg. We're going to relish the rumors. Hubert and Elfrida thoroughly enjoy gossip, so long as the rumors aren't about them, okay? And then The Hill by Moonlight, we could talk about favorite songs, make fun of people more interested in their outfits than in their skills. I think this might end up being a match. We're gonna make fun of people who like outfits. Though this world is way too superficial for Elfrida. Nobody even knows how to dress in the morning anymore. I think it's a match. Oh, it's a match. I mean, to be fair, these two actually look quite beautiful in my opinion. So if they do end up having a kid, we'll have some, like, you know, really nice genes in Lakeburg. But yes, they're going to get married. Excellent affinity, a love meter of 2. Well, guys, welcome to the Cross? I'm going to change the last name. Henkin. Do you want the Henkin family? Bauer family? Oh, the Morrow family. Okay, this is gonna be the Morrow family. Elfrida Morrow. Let's go ahead and have him move into a house. Okay, we're gonna have to build a house. That is okay. We have wood to expend. Okay, Elfrida Morrow has established the Morrow family. Very nice, with Hubert, her farming husband. So she's an artisan class. I mean, he's an artisan too, but he's gonna become a peasant eventually because of his career. It definitely feels like right now Elfrida is a very privileged sort of woman who, prefers kind of heading the house, staying at home, but her husband goes out to work at the farm, and she doesn't really like being out in the sun or anything like that, no. She enjoys the fruits of his labor pretty much. Right at home, where, everything is nice and safe and shady. It's okay. I can't get over how pretty she looks. She's very, very pretty. But according to Lakeburg's beauty standards, and this is kind of funny, but it's also fascinating, according to Lakeburg's beauty standards, Beatrice is the most beautiful woman that we have. And sadly, according to Lakeburg's beauty standards, Eberolf is the ugliest person. I should say person because we don't have anyone else except Eberolf with the ugly trait. So yeah, he's across the men and women considered the ugliest that we have, and Beatrice across the men and women is considered the most beautiful. Has any of our other youngsters inherited that trait? Actually, Chris is the most beautiful boy that we have. Beatrice is the most beautiful woman, but I don't think anyone has gotten the ugly trait aside from Eberolf. So he kind of just, represents everyone, the standard for ugly for everyone, which is so sad for him. But you know what? I feel like he's a decent guy. He hasn't done anything too questionable, aside from be terrible at his marriage, but he hasn't done anything too questionable, I think. Right. Let's go ahead and continue with, our time going by. Okay, what's going on over here? Eberolf and Raymonda. Oh wait, hold on. Some things have been happening. Let's see. So Elfrida and Hubert are infatuated with each other. Okay, so their marriage is starting off pretty good. Slavomir and Loop are feeling stressed because they're both working. Yeah, Slavomir and Loop are now enemies. They hate working with each other. The fact that they have to, put out, goods, leather, and meat constantly, I imagine, being in competition with one another and trying to one-up each other is getting to them a little bit, and they're becoming very stressed every single time they go to work because they realize that, oh, I already know what my day is going to be like. It's not going to be peacefully hunting in the forest. No, it's going to be keeping an eye on Loop and, you know, competing with him the whole time. And then Everolf and Raymonda are in a loveless marriage. Everolf, I was just saying how you're a decent guy. What's going on? What's going on? I mean, Raymonda's really mean though, so I can kind of see how that would, like, it would be a struggle to make things work between the two of them. And I mean, Raymonda, she works at the bakery like all the way over here. He works at the farm. They barely have time to interact, I imagine, and I don't know how things are going at home. If they're cranky at work, especially because Raymonda doesn't like, she doesn't like Marie, who she works with. Maybe she kind of takes it out on Everolf when she gets home and he doesn't want to put up with it. They literally have like 2 workplaces between them, so, But guys, we have also had Valerius age up. He's now 6 years old. Look at how cute he looks. Look, Valerius. Oh, that's adorable. This kid is adorable. He looks so much like his mother. So much like his mother. But okay, this really energetic kid, Seamster. Yeah. We can see how this has changed a little bit, because when he was a baby, I think Seamster was number 3 for him, but it's bumped up to number 2. I mean, I could be misremembering, but I feel like I'm not. So okay, he is going to apprentice at the seamstress play, the sewing workshop. He's actually going to apprentice under Bjorn. So go ahead, get him to apprentice under Bjorn. So there we go, Bjorn. You are out on the streets. I love how the situation's different. Like when we were at the mine, it was Anne Frost who, you know, had newly established herself, and then Pepin was out on the streets and she took him in as an apprentice. But at the sewing workshop, we have a different situation because Valerius, he is like comfortably living with his mother and stepfather in a nice home, but his mentor is the homeless one. His mentor Bjorn is the homeless one. But hopefully they're able to get along quite well. And Bjorn was with, oh, it is so strange how like when you start going through the years, the way your villagers like are connected, like there's, you know, web of connections they have with each other, because Valerius is apprenticed to Bjorn, who is the ex-husband of Raymonda, who is married to Valerius's father right now. So basically, the whole reason Bjorn is out on the streets, I mean, I can't say that because Everolf, you know, got with Raymonda after Bjorn already kind of divorced her. So them getting together has nothing to do with that. It's not like he was dumped because of Everolf. No. But still, the fact that, you know, Valerius' father is living a comfortable life with his ex-wife while he's out on the streets and training Everolf's son. The way these webs kind of form, very fascinating. And yeah, now Valerius and Bjorn are mentor and student, which is great. And what else has happened? Hubert and Elfrida are now in love. Okay, so these two, their marriage is actually going really, really well. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.